Hey kids, it's Arp. This is the ArpCast, somewhat live from the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. Today we talk about different things, weird people, and maybe unicorns and rainbows. We read poetry and short stories too. Most of all, we keep it real. This is the ArpCast, starting now.
Happy Tuesday on the ArpCast. That's right. It's great. We're getting crazy nuts. Crazy nuts. I'm looking at myself. I'm not supposed to do that. All the, the bloggers and the vloggers and the video casters and all that say, look into the camera, man. They want to see. They don't. They may want to hear me. They don't want to see me. Anyway, it's Tuesday. It's October. And it's the 16th day. Isn't that fantastic? We're normally on Monday. Went a couple of shows from last week because I was busy running around getting my daughter and stuff from the big campus there in Auburn. And so here we are. And I had a goal to finish 100 by Friday, this coming Friday. And so this keeps me on track because this is 97, tomorrow will be 98, 99, 100. The big 100 episode program on Friday. It won't be anything special. There not going to be no balloons. And oh, by the way, don't sass me. That's all I'm going to say about that. So it is Tuesday evening. It's dreary, rainy, nasty. But that's all I'm going to say about that. It's a good day at the office. Employee Appreciation Week. I love that. I'm participating. So today was dress up as your favorite movie character day. Well, I'm not very creative, and so this is all I could come up with. But there you go. So we got that going on. Got a lot of stuff going on at work and family, and just it's crazy. We're doing this, writing. Oh, whew. Anyway, so yesterday, Monday program, we talked about the Sisyphean paradox, right? The Sisyphus, the boulder, comes rushing down. So, of course, our good friend, Dr. Philip Webb, as I'm telling him about this, he says, have you read The Myth of Sisyphus? No. By Camus. Albert, I believe, is his first name. No, I haven't, but I said, listen to the podcast. So he'll listen, and I'm sure there'll be some feedback, which I'm looking forward to. So that's our good friend, Dr. Philip Webb. Haven't heard from him in a while. I'm hoping to get something going from him. Maybe not by the 100th program, but we'll see. Maybe he'll have this adverse allergic reaction to last night's podcast, and we'll hear something from him. So that'd be great. So tonight, selflessness. So let me say that word again. Selflessness. Completely, not even unselfish. It's another level from unselfish, right? So you get selfish, unselfish, selfless. I mean, we are around the moon, doing backflips in terms of anything we can do that isn't about ourselves. It's about someone else, something else, giving it up completely with no sense of expectation of return, of fulfilling any desires of ourselves, but just living up to our obligation. No emotion. I mean, love. Yes, you may do something because you have absolute unconditional love for another being, be it human, animal, whatever it might be. I guess that's really it. Plants, but all right. I mean, there's a level there where you can't love everything. But birds, absolutely. Chickens, I guess they're a bird, but they're weird. We don't really think about chickens as birds. They're chickens. They're all onto them. Anyway, selflessness. So last night we talked about the Sisyphean paradox, and I explained that, work force times distance. We seem to keep resetting the baseline, right? So we get this accomplishment done, and it just rolls back on top of us because we create this sense of additional desire and want because of some incremental gain that we're going to get from whatever new thing there is out there. Right? We're never satisfied, and there's something wonderful to be said about that. So this morning, having great conversation with another good friend of mine, and we often talk on the ride, typically on the ride to work. Known him for 30 years or so, and wonderful fellow, and so we had a very robust and dynamic conversation just about this topic. And kind of what it means to have expectations and goals and objectives and things like that, and how it can be an extrinsic, I think, more so, motivator, right? That it will keep you going, that additional stretch will give you more energy and give you more push. And draw you closer to reaching whatever professional or personal or spiritual pinnacle that you're seeking. All great. My argument, same thing, is, well, no, it's still a phone call, it's still a text or some kind of communication, it's still entertainment, the little thing you're looking at on your phone. The result is really no different. So how does this fall back into selflessness, right? We didn't rehash last night's show, but I think it's important that the focus is on what this is doing for me, what this is doing for us, what is the gain or the benefit to me. And it is tough. Grew up steeped in consumerism, capitalism, free market thinking, went to business school, did all that stuff, and don't regret a bit of it. But inside of all that, what doesn't get talked about very often, unless you read it in a Covey book, or you might read some Jim Collins, or 5-Star Leadership, and First Who, Then What, and those kinds of things. It doesn't hit you until much later, and then it takes another 15 years for it to really, really seep in. That this whole time, it was really about something or someone else. It's really about fulfilling an obligation, about selflessness. And the more that you command in terms of selflessness, the more you will command. The world will run toward you. So I learned this just about every weekend in my class with my guru. And it's taken me a very long time to realize this. And so for anyone that's out there listening to this, please take it to heart. The point is that you start there with that thought. How can I fulfill my obligation to another entity? And how will that create a greater and greater harmony for me as I transcend this muck that's desire and expectation and emotion? Think about that. This was number 97. Number 98, 99, and 100 coming up over the next 3 days. I love you guys. We'll see you. Well, kids, you know who this is. It's ARP, damn it. You have been listening to the ArpCast, a sensational, fact-filled experience meant to change the world. I'm happy you stopped by. Our sponsors, those greedy, wily bastards, thank you too. Make sure to write, this has been the ArpCast. I'm out.